Matthew Poitras is injured. The Boston Bruins have already started putting the final shape on the opening night roster. As of right now, that doesn't include Jeremy Swayman. They have put a couple players on waivers to send to Providence, and they played their final preseason game, which I'm going to give you a breakdown and go over the highs and lows. So buckle up, Bruins fans. I'm here to give you the latest info on your beloved Boston Bruins. If you've been liking my content, please leave me a like and subscribe. If you've already done so, thank you. And let's get into it. The Boston Bruins have put a couple players on waivers, and one happens to be a goaltender, which tells us a little something about who will be the backup for Korpisalo at the start of the season. Boston Bruins general manager Don Sweeney announced on October 4th the following roster transactions. Michael DiPietro, Vinny Lettieri, and Jordan Osterler have been placed on waivers for the purpose of assignment to Providence. I figured DiPietro would be the odd man out, and Lettieri, he's a career AHLer, so it was no surprise he was sent down. Osterler, I haven't seen enough to give an opinion on him, so that says a lot that I haven't even noticed him out there. Let's hope DiPietro clears, because I honestly think he has a bright future. Matthew Poitras is injured, but he's only day and day, according to Jim Montgomery.
Poitras' availability affect whether he's going to start the season here? Where does he stand?
Yeah, I don't think his availability affects whether he's going to start the season here or not. I can't say yes or no. He stayed a day, so he's not back yet. I don't know. In fairness to him, if he does come back, say tomorrow, he's going to have a practice and a practice Monday and then play on Tuesday. I'm just not sure.
This is all we know, but he hasn't played in a preseason game or practice since the game against Philly. If you remember in the game, he got caught admiring a pass and he got leveled by Ristolainen. He was slow to get up, but stayed in the game. My guess is the Bruins are showing caution with Poitras as he's coming off shoulder surgery. Poitras being day-to-day gives me less cause to worry, and I have no doubt he made the big club this year. Montgomery even hinting that he could be back next week should tell us everything. But it's concerning that early in his career, he's getting injured this often. With Poitras being injured, I have no doubt the Bruins will sign Tyler Johnson to like a 1-year min AAV deal. He has played well, and Monty has been using him on the power play in-game and at practice. Is he the ideal guy to replace a guy like Denton Heinen? Not for me, as I think Heinen is far more responsible defensively than Johnson is, and he isn't at the end of his career like Johnson. Johnson to me right now is a stopgap, and maybe closer to the trade deadline, they can acquire someone via trade. Johnson will get close to like 50 points and provide some offense and leadership for the Bruins, and he's got a cup, so that doesn't hurt. Now, I'm going to talk about the last preseason game against Washington. The Caps dressed an NHL roster, and the Bruins, not so much. You had Marchand in the lineup, which I said was probably going to happen because he left that one game, but he looked like he wasn't even skating at full speed and didn't take many chances or get in the game like we're used to seeing. No hitting, no getting in people's faces, and he seemed to give up on plays after fumbling the puck. His skating looked good out there, and I would imagine his goal was to get some reps in and not get injured, and if that was his goal, he succeeded. Lysell was the most notable forward in the game, and that isn't saying much as the Bruins looked uninterested and frankly outmatched. The Bruins had 3 power plays, and I kind of felt bad for Lowry as he had no one to move the puck to, as the forwards looked to be standing still out there. Lysell had a couple really nice shifts and almost set Merkulov up on a nice goal, but Merkulov put it wide and really should have buried that one. Lysell used his speed to get inside on defenders and made some nice plays, but near the end of the game, he started coughing up the puck again, and I stopped noticing him. I don't see how he doesn't start the year in Providence, and it will do him some good. He needs to have a better north-south game and be stronger on the puck. It's obvious at this point that Morgan Geekie is going to be the starting second-line winger. I like Geekie as a player, but as a second-line winger, I have my doubts. He's the perfect bottom 6 player for me, but I would love to be proven wrong. For me, if the Bruins want to contend this year, they need to upgrade on that second line right wing. It was my first time seeing Max Jones play, and I truly had to seek him out to even notice he was playing. He's going to be a 4th line player for the Bruins, or 3rd line, but I really hope it's 4th line. But I don't see how he deserves a spot in this lineup right now over Mark Kostelek. Jones looked slow and lost at times and wasn't using the body to separate defenders from the puck as he should. I caught him doing a couple flybys and stick checks and truly didn't impress me at all. Brandon Bussi looks to be the backup heading into Tuesday, and in the last preseason game, he showed some reasons for optimism. And then he let in 2 bad goals.
Bruins team offensively.
Protas goes right to the goal. He scores! Alexei Protas, a shorthanded strike.
Shootout practice between these two teams today. Van Riemsdyk going to the goal on his backhand. He scores!
He kept the Bruins in the game, but at the start of the game, he was playing back in his crease, But as the game progressed, he started squaring off shooters and challenging them. I'm noticing this. Everybody's going to notice this on the scouting report because he's vulnerable on the short side and needs to work on that as he leaves far too much of a gap when he goes down. He made some pretty nice saves and a lot better rebound control. He also needs to work on controlling the puck when he leaves the crease. He scares me when he tries to play the puck as he doesn't look sure of himself and he's second guessing himself when he plays the puck. Did he play his best game of the preseason? Yes. Did he play amazing? No. Both things can be true, and it doesn't make him a bad goalie at all. Bussi is very young and has a lot of development in his future, and maybe being thrown to the fire this year will be the best thing for him. He's gotten progressively better as the preseason went on, and I'm going to take that as a positive. He is the best option they have right now, and I'm sure goalie Bob can work with him. I don't see the tandem of Korpisalo and Bussi being something I have full confidence in right now, though. Neither goalie has made me think that goaltending is a position of strength right now for the Boston Bruins, as it's been for the last decade. And I get it. People are going to say the Boston Bruins have a great system, but guess what? No magician can make goalies that are average play amazing still. The Boston Bruins defense is going to have to play with zero mistakes. The Bruins fan base has actually been blessed by some phenomenal goaltending. I really hope they can upgrade at the goaltending position. I'm not going to say his name. I'm just not going to say it. With the preseason being over now, we're going to see final cuts and final shape of the roster heading into Tuesday's game against the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. I hope we see some good hockey because during the preseason, we didn't see much of it. The Bruins looked uninspired all preseason, but I have to believe we'll see a more disciplined and faster team in the opening week of the season. More and more players aren't taking the preseason as anything more than getting their rhythm and their legs moving. With all the injuries that we've seen to be happening this year, I'm okay with half the effort from the stars out there. That's a wrap on today's video. To stay up to date on all the news surrounding the Boston Bruins, please subscribe and drop me a like. If news breaks surrounding the Boston Bruins, be sure to check out the channel. If you've already subscribed, thank you, and I'll see you next time.